Hey, Facebook land. Fit Bartender is coming at you today, Monday afternoon, after a full days of work. And hopefully, you're feeling energized for the week ahead, maybe. I know. I think Mondays are hard, but the way that I see it, Mondays are kind of a fresh start, kind of a way to get back in the swing of things and to give yourself a new outlook on things. And I always try to give myself some kind of pep talk on Mondays, something to kind of get me going, something to drive me through the rest of the week. And I try and do something different every week because, I don't know, I like a change of scenery. I like things that keep me motivated and keep me moving. And as a lot of you know, my husband and I own two bars, but my experience in a bar setting goes way before that. And I'm talking way back to the days of right after I turned 21. And I was a bartender in college. And it was one of the most fantastic jobs I ever had. And it was different as a bartender in the college setting because I was pouring dollar drafts and I was making a lot of shots and I was doing those kinds of things because let's face it, college students um, don't have a lot of money and they're just looking to drink and they're looking to stay out until 2, 3 in the morning or later. And that was my job as a college town bartender. And beyond that, I started to work in different places, things that were a little bit more upscale, things that weren't quite, dollar drafts, things that were actually cocktail based and things like that. So it was really, really fun for me to learn the bartending parts of things before we became business owners, before we became entrepreneurs. And here is what I have learned in not only the bartending world, but the entrepreneur world, and now the fitness coach world. And it's dawning on me and it's motivating me this week that it's all connected. It's all been happening in my life for a reason. It's all been driving me towards the same thing for a reason. And who would have ever thought that pouring dollar drafts and making shots would be connected to what I would do 10, 15 years later as a fitness coach? But I have connected it and I find purpose in it, and I wanted to share that with you. So here's what I think bartending is like. The reason why I think it's a lot like being a coach, being an entrepreneur, being a fitness coach, is that you're going for that personal experience. Think about your best experience at a bar. When you're sitting there at a bar and you sit down and you look at the menu and you're trying to decide on what kind of cocktail you want and you're not really sure, you don't really know all the spirits that are on the list. And the bartender comes over and they welcome you to the establishment and they start to talk with you about what you typically like to drink, what kinds of flavor profiles you like, and they try and steer you in the right direction. They try and recommend a certain cocktail for you. They try and make it a personal experience. And if you can't find something on the menu that meets your specific tastes and your needs, and that bartender will create something for you just for you. How awesome does that feel? How awesome does that personal experience feel when you're sitting there at the bar and that person takes the time to make you the perfect cocktail? It tastes even sweeter, right? It's the same thing as a fitness coach. I spend the time working with potential challengers, talking with them way before I even talk about groups and before I talk about programs and before I talk about Shakeology. I want to know about you. What kinds of things do you struggle with? What kinds of things do you need support with? What kinds of things do you like? What kinds of things do you not like? I want to know if you literally just cringe at the idea of broccoli and grilled chicken. I want to know that stuff. I want to know that you have a knee injury and you can't do burpees. I want to know that stuff. And so I spend the time, whether it takes 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months, getting to know you and getting to understand who you are as a person who's trying to introduce health into their lives. And so I learn about these things and then I start to make the perfect recommendation. I talk about the perfect program that could fit into your life, something that's short, something that's cardio, something that involves a great nutrition plan because maybe those are your needs. Or maybe you really just want some stretch and some flexibility, and you want some yoga and you want some time to meditate. I've got that for you too. Maybe there isn't something that is specifically perfect for your needs. Well, I'll work with you on something that I can create to make it just for what you need. I will make that perfect cocktail for you. So that connection, that personal experience as a great bartender is the same as a great fitness coach. I want to know you so I can make the best recommendation and make the best cocktail for you. The other reason why I think that being a great bartender is a lot like being a great fitness coach is that as a coach, you're owning your own business. So there are absolutely ups and downs. So think about it. When you're working in customer service, when you're a bartender or a server, and you're behind that bar, there are going to be days that are great. You're going to have fantastic customers. You're going to be like making cocktails and you're going to be doing things and you're going to feel on top of the world. And then there's going to be some days that are really hard. You're just kind of dragging ass. You're not really sure why. Sometimes there might be a crabby customer. Sometimes you might run out of something that you need and it's just a really crappy day, a really hard day. Same thing goes for being a coach. There are some days where you are just on because you are just feeling it and you feel great about it and you really, really are confident in what you're doing as a coach. And then some days it's really hard. There are lots of negativity. There's naysayers. There's people who, don't want to join. There's people who say that they're going to and don't follow through. There's all of those setbacks and disappointments and some questioning of why you're doing this. And you have to remind yourself as a bartender and as a coach that you are there for that personal experience. You're there to support others. You're there to help others. And maybe as a bartender, you're not exactly helping others, but you're helping them have a good time, right? So it's that reminder of your position, of your role, and to get you through the hard times over to the great times because they both exist. They absolutely both exist. And so bartending can be a lot like being a fitness coach. So the last reason why I think that they are very similar is that they are fun as hell. Being a bartender has been one of the most fantastic jobs I have ever had. I take that back. Maybe there were a few nights where I was like, seriously, get me out of here. Like karaoke night was bad. But most of the time, I love being behind the bar. I love talking with people. I love learning their stories. I love figuring out what kinds of cocktails they might enjoy, what kind of craft beers they might enjoy, glasses of wine, those kinds of things. I love hearing about that. I love meeting new people and talking to them and all of that comes with being behind the bar and tending bar. Love it. As a fitness coach, that is the number one thing I love is that it is fun. Every day I choose to do this because it's fun. I enjoy talking with new people. I enjoy talking to them about their journeys, their successes, their results. I love talking to people when they tell me, I'm so freaking sore. I can't believe this program. It's so hard, but I love it. I love hearing that. That just totally drives me and motivates me to continue to push forward and pay it forward and share it with more people because it's crazy cool. It's a great, great time. It doesn't matter if I don't make a sale. It doesn't matter if it's a shitty month. It doesn't matter because it's fun. Every month that goes by as a coach, I am having fun. I'm having opportunities that I would never have had I not said yes. I'm having perks that I would never get if I hadn't said yes. And it's the same with bartending. If I had never taken that job, I would never have learned the industry. My husband and I probably would have never felt confident in opening a bar or two. I would never have had those opportunities had I not said yes and gotten into it and seen the true perks. So today, Monday, my mantra for this week is seeing the connection between the opportunities I had taken in the past and how they have led me to today. And it makes me excited to just think about the opportunities that I take today will lead me towards tomorrow and beyond. Who knows what that might be? It's pretty exciting to think about. And it makes me want to make the most of every single moment. So, can bartending be a lot like fitness? I think so. What do you think? Have a great Monday, everybody, and a great rest of the week.